Oh, there, it'll be fine, I think.
We are so professional. Wow, no, you did not get away with any of that. That was hilarious.
Dear.
So with the lovely thing of we're live, you just get Inga crawling out on her hands and knees. Oh, amazing. Good morning. Welcome to Natasha Makes, as you can see. Carnage as usual. Happy birthday, Jane!
Thank you.
Yay! How very exciting. We're not going to ask the number. It's ages just. But happy birthday. Looking lovely today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We haven't had cake yet.
No, it's there
Been
ready.
a bit busy.
Yeah, it's been a bit manic this morning, but you know that's nothing new, is it? For us on a Wednesday.
I know. I don't know why that's a surprise, but no, it has been. So welcome to you. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
Today's quilt.
Beautifulness.
Oh my goodness. We've wanted to do this for so long and just not had enough stock in.
It's a huge quilt and it takes quite a lot of fabric, but it's stunning and it's so, I don't want to say simple, but it is. It's a simple construction.
Yeah, but sometimes simple is best.
Yeah, it's just so lovely.
So, so that you get an idea, I am almost 6 foot, 180 centimetres. That is taller than me and it is touching the floor.
Yeah.
So when we say...
It's a proper bed quilt.
It's a big one.
Proper bed quilt.
It's a big one, Jane. It's called
82.5 by 82.5.
There you go, big one.
Yeah.
And it's the Lady Jane quilt and it is by that there, Lisa Chandler.
It's Lady Grey actually, but...
What did I call it?
Lady Jane, but that's fine. Thank you.
I've renamed it on honour of your birthday.
It's a name association, isn't it, Lady Jane
Grey? Yeah, Lady Jane Grey, yeah, absolutely. I don't know if they have it in that there Australia, but they will, I'm sure. Morning, Lisa, if you're watching. Should we see who is watching? And then we can crack on and show you all the beautiful fabrics.
My phone's been pinging all morning, so if you've wished me happy birthday, thank you very much, and I will get round to thanking everybody. It'll take me a month, but yeah.
Oh, now, we have to confess a naughtiness.
Ooh.
Wasn't our fault exactly.
Right.
So, on Monday's show, we might have launched Philip Jacobs' beautiful new Slow Leopard fabrics.
Yes.
Turns out we should have had those.
Oops.
They were sent to us in error. We had no idea and merrily brought them forth for all of you. Yeah.
Yeah, got a bit of trouble for doing that.
Well, to be fair, we didn't get in trouble because we didn't know.
No.
The people that sent it to us might have.
Yeah.
But, so all I can say is there's nothing we can do about the orders that have been sent out. They've gone. If you bought it, you've received it months earlier than you should have. Shh. And that is the thing. All we would ask is not that you send it back or anything like that. We wouldn't go that far. Just that you don't post any of your makes on social media until August.
Yeah. When
it is officially launched.
Oops.
La 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 la. Wouldn't want to be that person. Oops, Daisy. Yeah. Morning, Bob. Morning, Diane. Morning, Margaret. Who says happy birthday, Jane Alcock?
Thank you.
And good morning, all. Beryl is watching. Good morning. And Julia. Morning, all. Happy birthday, Jane. Morning, Carol. Morning, Claire. Claire's going to catch us in a bit. She's off shopping for haberdashery locally.
Oh yeah. Right. Obviously something we don't stock, obviously.
Can we still be friends? No, support local as well, it's all good.
Absolutely.
There's enough to go round. Morning, Diane, morning. Oh, Lisa is here. She says, morning, lovely ladies. I've slept under that there quilt. I mean, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't blame you.
We've cuddled it a lot.
We have, we've stroked it. It's been well loved. It has been well loved.
It's beautiful.
Joy's here, Vicky's here. Morning, Jan, morning. Jenny, good morning. Everyone's saying happy birthday, by the way, but it's just, you know. Yeah. Your husband's here. He hasn't said happy birthday.
He did this morning when he came in from work.
There you go. Morning, Viv. Morning, Barbara. Morning, Anne. And morning, Ginny. She's morning all. This is your birthday show. Morning, Sharon. Oh, you know what I haven't checked with? I need to know if we can say anything about SJ, who is back. Morning, Geraldine.
Morning, Geraldine.
I think that Gemma will have to ask and let us know, because we've had lots of exciting
news.
It's all happening here
Are we
at
allowed to
Natasha
share
Makes.
Inga's news?
I don't know. Inga will have to tell us if we're allowed to share Inga's news. There's lots of exciting stuff going on here. We love it. Morning, Lynn, and morning to Sue. Right. Where to start? The good news is we have a wait list, don't we, for the Tilda quilt?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just get behind you and show you these, right? Because guess how I spent my weekend?
There's a lot of cutting there.
46 different fabrics.
Beautiful colours.
I mean, it is stunning. So this is, when we first mentioned this, was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago maybe even, we just went, it will be a kit to make this quilt here, which is again a big one.
Yes, it's huge. It's in the inside colour, I think.
It's 80, I mean, I think this is another 80 something.
Yeah. Finish size there, 60.
63.5 by 81.5. So again, it's a whopper. Now, in the kit, you get way more than you need.
I was going to say, you've been really generous with the fabrics, haven't you?
Ridiculously generous, because I want you, if you're doing this Tilda kit, there's every chance that you are a Tilda fan, in which case I really want you to get extra fabrics to appreciate that the Tilda coloured fabric solids, if you get what I mean, work so well. So well with the rest of her fabrics. Like, we just can't match those colours exactly. We get really close.
Yeah.
But when you actually see a Tilda solid next to Tilda fabric, it's like,
it sort of goes,
oh. Yeah, it sings.
It does.
The angels are singing. And so this is what you're in for here, is all of this. 6.5 metres. This effectively went in for free.
Yeah.
Because of the price that we did it at. Your quilter's grid.
Which is going to make life easier for you.
Let me just give you the very first instruction, Jane, which might say, from your peacock fabric, cut, and this is why you're going to want to invest in, I would possibly suggest, a
quilter's grid.
Stripology ruler.
It's going to make your life really straightforward.
Fabric 1. Jane, how many squares do we need to cut?
1,164. That could take you some time.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to say? Just cut the 2-inch strips.
Yes.
There is a little cheat we'll show you with the quilter's grid.
Yeah. Little hack that'll help make life easier.
So you will get the pattern. We've not charged you anything for the pattern. It's not ours to resell. We've put it in there so that you don't have to try and find it on internet and print it off and all of that jazz. You get your 6.5 metres of that there quilter's grid, and you get that. These will be...
Do you know what quantity of fabric that is there? Have you added it all up?
I didn't dare.
No.
I mean, the peacock is 3 metres straight off.
And these are all long quarters, aren't they?
Mainly,
yeah.
Yes, there's some half metres in there. It's there or thereabouts, a long quarter, depending on what was required. So there is an uber amount in there. We are just doing our calculations, and today we will load any extras. Okay.
If you've ordered it already,
yeah,
I think they're being dispatched today, aren't they?
They're starting to be, yeah. Inga and I have been packaging them up this morning, so I know certainly 16 will go out today, and then we're just waiting for some more quilters grid to come in, and then the rest will go. So it was always on a delayed dispatch.
Yes,
that was always the thing, but now you know that they are starting to be dispatched, so do look out for those. So if you think that that is something you'd like to be involved in, John Cormorgan is going to do videos to show you how to do it, then please look out later today. I might even put a Facebook post out, and you'll get in touch with those ladies that have emailed and put themselves on the waiting list, won't you?
Yeah, I've got a list of people that have already asked if we've got any spare. So as we get to know, I'll be emailing you in the order that you came in.
Yeah.
That's the fairest way of doing it, to say that there's a kit available should you want it.
And, you know, we'll give you 24 hours to say yay or nay.
Yeah.
And if it's a nay, then that's fine. It'll just go into
the next one.
General, onto the next one. Because that's the only fair way to do such things.
Yes.
Right. Kits for today, Jane. We've got 3 different colourways.
Yes.
Because we have this border stripe in the grey,
the
the black, and the orange and cream.
Yes.
So we've created 3 different colourways for you. There is a lot of fabric, Jane. How much? Not to put you on the spot, but can you remember?
There's 3 3/3 meters just of the border
Just
print.
of the border print, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big bundle.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's about, off the top of my head, I think there's something like 7 meters, 8 meters of fabric, 7 or 8 meters of fabric.
We've put a little birthday discount on there. Do check that out. The other thing to tell you about is we have got even more of the, in fact I'm going to flip that up so you can see it, Cave Facet Milli Fiori backing super wide, fabric. That's back in stock. It's got a lovely feel.
I was just going to say, it's got like a light sateen type feel to it.
This is the one that Gemma made her house coat out of. She floats around.
It's beautiful. It's like
Sometimes.
a kimono style and it's lovely.
It's really, really lovely. So Jane will show you the 3 different kits that we've got. Another thing to point out for you today is, do you remember Jane's lovely quilt? What do we call it? What was it called with this?
Was it because we used the free downloadable pattern, didn't we?
Yeah.
Did we just call it what it was called on
Possibly.
the salvage and we won't be able to find the name?
No. But we have got a couple of these.
Salt and Sea.
Salt and Sea.
Yes.
And these were big chunks of fabric, weren't they?
Yeah, there's a
1.8 metres. We've got 2 1.8 metre pieces if you want it. It kind of seems a shame to break those up because they could be used as sashing strips.
Well, there isn't. I was going to say you could probably do this quilt style with it because it's a border stripe, but I don't think even 1.8 is. It might.
Well,
do,
if you bought
actually.
both,
yeah, if you
might
bought
be
both
right.
pieces, you'd be able to do it.
And the reason that I mention that, Jane, is because in our half metre heavens we have got the only stock remaining.
Yes, because there wasn't very much left. The kits went really well.
They went really well, and put a little birthday discount on for you, Jane.
Presents.
Yeah.
Birthday presents for me, for you.
Yeah, absolutely. We share that love all over the place. We've put them with a batik, with a smoked batik.
Oh, that would look lovely, won't it?
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
Isn't it beautiful? So we have 5 of those. We only have 2 of those.
Oh, I like that with the green.
I know. It's a bit special, isn't it?
That really brings out the coral, doesn't
Yep.
it?
Yep. We have 5 of those.
Oh, that blue's beautiful.
Love the
Where's the turtles?
And then we couldn't find the right batik because that was so busy.
Yes.
So that's just a normal half
That's
metre
lovely
heaven.
aqua.
But we've only got 3 of those.
Beautiful.
And then that's gone.
Yeah.
That's everything. So if you want to get extra of that works with that, because there's a little turtle there. Ding, 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 ding. This was such a popular range. Really beautiful.
Yeah.
So they will go as half metre heavens. They go on sale tonight at midnight. You know the drill. These are already loaded and up. Thanks, Gemma.
You've been working really hard.
Now, Jane. Yes, half metre heavens this week.
Morning with these half metre heavens.
We did, and we have our lovely new person, Izzy, who loves colour too.
Yes.
She finished her A-levels yesterday. She started with us today. Bless her.
Yeah.
It's dedication, isn't it? She
It
goes
is.
on holiday next week. It's fine. Then she'll be back.
Yeah.
Brand new from Tula Pink.
It's just gorgeous. It's really cute.
So there are odd ones that we couldn't decide, so we've done a few different colourways with.
Yes.
The rest of this fabric is up cut to order. Okay, but we've done the half metre heaven colours here with you, which means obviously you're getting, you've got hair just there, sorry Jane, that you are getting
Stuck to my lipstick probably.
the best, that's the best kind of deal that we can do. Tiny Beast, oh nuts, in glimmer with pomegranate. I'm going to go close up on Oh Nuts because he's rather special.
I can see a Karen dress coming.
I know. Well, that's kind of why we loaded the rest, you know, sort of cut to ordery-ish. Because Karen, can you please Oh Nuts all over the place with this?
Look at that, isn't that lovely?
I know.
Love the colours. It's a really zingy pink with that lovely green.
Just brilliant. Just brilliant. So that's Oh Nuts with pomegranate. Now. And we've been Something foxed.
Outfoxed.
Outfoxed. Oh yeah, it does.
You need to go close up on that as well, I think.
Okay, yes, Jane. Yes, Jane.
Bossy on my birthday.
That's right, you can be birthday boss. Look at that.
Can you see him?
I think anyone living in Leicester needs that, don't they? Because, you know, the
Absolutely,
foxes.
the foxes, yeah.
But this is what Tula Pink is renowned for. Right? Look at that with that.
Oh, a bumblebee's gold metallic. That's a bit luscious.
Yeah, with.
Because that's got a gold detail.
Yeah, it
on
has. Anyway, that's not for today.
Or even tomorrow.
Or even tomorrow. It might be for the next day. One man's trash. Look at him in the bin. It's not gold, is it? Is it sunshine?
Corn yellow.
Corn yellow. But doesn't it just work?
Yeah.
Doesn't it just work? Again, shall we go close up on this little chap?
Little raccoon.
Look at him. I mean, we've been cutting this all morning. I didn't realise he was wrapped round an apple core.
Oh, yeah.
Did you notice that?
No, I hadn't. And this is the beauty of Tula's fabric, isn't it? You
spot
spot something every time.
Look at him coming out of the flower. Just love it. She's back on form. Not that she was ever off form.
No.
But, you know, with the colours and everything. Lineworks was absolutely beautiful, but it was all black and white.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
There's
Now,
a bit of rainbow, but yes, mostly black and white.
I'm just going to put it out there that I love those two colours together. And so, yeah, that had to happen.
Yeah, it'd be rude not to.
But then, Jane, this accidentally happened. This happened to be on the cutting desk. And I was like, well, hang on a minute. It looks rather lovely just with a darker tone as well. Because that matches the background perfectly.
Yes.
But then I really rather loved it with the slightly darker tone.
For some reason, that pops the pinks.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's lovely how
It's crazy.
it all works.
But, I mean, you know what we like to give you options, and then you'd have 3 meters of fabric to make the most incredible bags or quilt or anything you like, but you could mix and match those colours and you know that they would work. Yeah. Look at that.
Lovely.
Pomegranate. Dear John.
As in dear.
As in Dear John.
As in dear. It's lovely. Spotty.
Oh, he's fabulous, Dear John. So we've never really done this. We've never launched a fabric collection as Half Meter Heavens before. But it was a special occasion because it's Jane's birthday.
I love the way that there's flowers interlined and interlinked in his antlers.
It's just beautiful.
But it's just, yeah, it's Tula, isn't it? Every time, as I say, every time you look at it, you find something different.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Say 3 colour options. I'm not going to even apologise for that because look how
There's
beautifully
no apology needed.
they work together.
Stunning.
And the thing is, we see your orders. We know that you love it when we do this.
Yeah.
We have quite a lot of fun doing it too. I love him with lime. Look at that. Really pulls that colour. And then with the amethyst, just does something, doesn't it, to the florals.
Yeah, the florals.
So, you know, we've had some fun today.
There's worse places to be on your birthday. That's
Right?
all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm sure there's better as well. But there, you know, there are also worse. Yes. This little chap, again, same raccoon, but this time we went with, we picked out that colour, the azalea. But you know what we also did? We picked out a slightly lighter shade of paw. When I say paw, I mean, you know.
Yes, sort of like the edges of his fur, isn't it?
With the lemon.
And again, they look, the azalea and that lemon, you know, it's not wrong.
It's never wrong. It is never wrong. Oh, there's lots of love going on for this all over the shop. I don't blame you. And again, if you want extra meterage of this, it is up and loaded. The Half Meter Heavens go live tonight. We only have 5 of each of these colourways.
Yeah. We're not going to spoil you too much.
No. Gosh, no.
This is
Outfoxed again. There he is.
I love this colourway, but then, you know, I am a tealy turquoise person.
But this was Izzy's choice, and I concur completely with the lime. How zesty and fab is that?
And again, all 4 together. Beautiful.
Yeah, I would want that. I would want that in my life. I do want that in my life, Jane.
Gorgeous.
And you think of
Gorgeous.
all of the like the contrast bags and everything that we've been making of late and how beautiful they're going to look.
Lisa's got a bag, hasn't she, that's got the tucks on it, like the pin tuck things.
Yeah.
And that would look lovely.
Yeah, all of that. All of that. Right, I didn't see what you saw in this.
I saw the picture when it was released onto, we have a group, don't we, and Gemma puts the fabrics as they come in onto that group, and I looked at it and I was like, bears, really? And then I looked and I looked again, and you can just about see them.
I thought it was a wildebeest. Turns out it's not actually a wildebeest. Let me show you around here. There's your bear. There's your bear nose. And then, look, there's the bees up there. You've got your beehive.
Yeah.
He is very well camouflaged. I do like his fluffy ears.
It's just lovely.
Now I see his fluffy ears. I can see the bear. We have, Jane, popped him with apple.
Nice.
It just pulls his oh, hang on. That's not the best shot, is it?
No.
There we go. We've pulled it with the apple because it just, yes.
It's lovely.
Do you know what we need that we completely forgot? The stripe. I needed to check whether or not Gemma had it loaded. But we've got a Tula Pink stripe.
Do you want me to whiz and get it?
No, because of your mic.
Oh, yeah, I'll make
but
a noise
hopefully
with
they'll
it.
be watching and be like, oh, yeah, no, we can drop that in. Also with apple, because it would be rude not to, we did your dandy. Who's your dandy?
Yeah. Because there's dandelion clock feathers
That
seeds that make the hedgehog's spines.
Oh, let's show you that one. I didn't look at the name of this one, you know, Jane. Excuse me. Look.
It's
Look.
gorgeous.
Ooh, nice. Look at that. Morning, Francis. Rather fabulous, right? Rather fabulous.
Are you talking about the strap?
Yes, that one. Exactly that one,
I went to
Gemma.
give credit, but Izzy was listening.
Ah, well done, Izzy. You see?
Thanks, James.
I'm still tapping.
No, that's all right. It was this one, wasn't it? So, I don't know if I've just given you the right screen. Oh, Jane, why is it not working? Jane, come on. No, it won't give me that screen. Come on. There we go.
Yay.
Yes. We also went, ooh.
Yeah, nice stripe. Look how it brings out all the teal colours in that.
Really does, doesn't it?
And didn't we like it with the deer one as well?
We liked it with the deer. We liked it with quite a lot of things, if I'm honest. What else do we like it with?
We don't have this beautiful stripe cut to order.
Yet.
Would everyone like it up?
Yeah, guys, if you'd like it up, then we could talk about that because look, Oh Nuts works quite lovely with it as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Stripy line into a bag or a border.
Yeah, you went border, didn't you?
Yes.
Why did I just put the apple for that?
There.
Yeah.
Got it there.
I'm getting there, Jane. Last one, Oh Nuts.
You love saying that.
Yep.
Is it your favourite one?
Oh Nuts.
I like this colourway.
Right. Here's the thing, right? These are purple. But when you're far away, it looks bluey. Just worked. It just worked. I can't tell you why. It's not actually a colour that's in there, but it just worked.
It's amazing.
And this is, and we all sort of went, oh, yeah.
Mm. It's our royal, isn't it? Which has
Yeah.
got a purple tone
Purpley
to
tone.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes those little acorns.
Pop, poppity pop, pop, pop. So that's the joy of today's Half Meter Heavens that will go live tonight at that there midnight. Are you loitering for them, Gemma?
Of course.
Oh, there we go. Everyone gets to see me stretch. You want the book? You'd like me to show everybody the book? It's like charades around here.
We showed the book yesterday.
No, we didn't.
It was a
You
really
reminded
long
me
show.
to show everyone the book,
Yes.
and then I completely forgot Jane. Sewing know how. If you can't have Jane in your life, then this is the next best thing. Techniques and tips for all levels of skill from advanced to beginner, or beginner to advanced even.
Yeah. It's a good have next to your machine when you think, oh, how do I just do that? It's got how to put a zip in.
It's got everything: specialist stitching, raglan sleeves, lots of sleeves, necklines, fixed waist finishes, all the stuff for your dressmaking. Wondered what that was for a second there.
All that terminology that they put in patterns and expect you to know what they mean.
Yeah, because if you're applying an exposed zipper,
Yes.
you might not know. All over the zippers, all over the place, different buttons. Oh, look at this fancy schmancy way of doing it over the...
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Clever. We like. So, darts, gathers and pleats, self-enclosed seams, all that jazz. Oh, yeah, finishing seam allowances. It's got to be done, hasn't it?
Have an overlocker.
And actually, just even talking through, I've never seen this in a book before.
Yeah, talking through all the markings on your foot plate. Yeah.
Like, what are they?
And how can you use them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you can tie thread ends in on your figure of 8.
Amazing.
Never seen that before either. Liking this very, very much. Oh, the rip way. People don't like the rip way always, do they? Does it give you the heebie-jeebies?
Yeah. It's a good way of finding your straighter grain sometimes if you've got plenty
perfect,
of fabric, but it does wreck your fabric.
And some shops will, that's how they'll cut it.
yeah.
Yeah. But here we go. Sewing know how.
It's lovely. If you've got somebody that's just starting out, that would be a lovely gift. Well, anybody actually, because it's a really good
stuff in there that I'd
yeah.
still like to learn. So there we go. That is that. Morning, Marie. Now, Jane, I am going to get out of your way so that you can show all of these beautiful kits.
Yeah.
And explain to everybody why we've done what we've done.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah. There we go. Should we get one of the kits out? Let's
Let's do this one.
Yeah.
That's the one for, but as close as we could get to the original. There's some fabrics in there that are slightly different, but we think we've got a good match.
I think we've done well.
Yeah.
I think we've done all right there, Jane.
There we go.
Done all right.
So we have got lots of lovely Lisa within the kit, and then a couple of blenders that work beautifully. So your borders, the main borders are taken from the Melba stripe border.
Look at that.
Look at this. I mean, the colours in here are just stunning. We know Lisa's fabric. We know the depth of colours. We know the quality. It's got that lovely piece, this little silver metallic going on in there that shimmers. It's not just gold metallic, it's got a shimmer to it as well. So it's not a solid line, it's got like a glitter to it. It's just, well, we can go on forever about the quality because Lisa's fabric, how many layers printing layers does she do? All of the possible ones that they'll do, isn't it? Something like that. When
Printing
they're printing,
layers?
when they're printing.
Oh,
it.
full 16.
Yeah, full
16.
Yeah,
all of them. And
then
the metallic is the
on
last
top.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the depth of colour of the print is just amazing, the shading and everything. So on the Lady Grey pattern, the centre, it's a medallion quilt. So a medallion quilt is when you have a focal centrepiece and then you add borders to it going in the round. So it's a continuous building up of a quilt. It's quite a nice way of doing something if you've got a lovely big print of a fabric that you don't really want to cut into and you just like it. Then you can use that as a main square in the middle and then just add borders that coordinate with the fabrics going round. You can do all sorts of different patchwork piecing in the borders, but the Melba stripe lends itself beautifully because it is. There's 3 different borders in here, which Lisa's incorporated really well into the pattern. So the centre panel is the tile print, Melba tile. And again, Lisa's fussy cut this so that you get a really good focal piece, and she's used the flannel flower, the cream flannel flower as the centre part going around, and she explains in the pattern how to centre that up and make it into the centre panel. Lisa hasn't done cutting instructions as such, you know, like in the patterns you normally get, right, from fabric A cut so many, from fabric B cut so many. She's worked it so that you do it through each border. So she'll say, right, this piece, I think it's a 24.5 inch square. And she explains how to fussy cut it if you're using the tile print. Then add your borders, and this is the sashing border print, and it's the beautiful ivory and silver small floral. And again, you can see that it's just catching the light. It's got a beautiful shimmer to it.
We heart it very much.
And it works beautifully in with those.
Yes.
Then you can see we've got a patchwork triangle border, and we've got some fussy cut squares here and some other borders, and a 4 patch in the corners there. And so these are the fabrics that we've chosen to do those 4 patches with. You're going to get a metre piece of this pink because it's a sashing border there, and it's also the binding as well as being in the pieced pieces. So you get 1/4 metre of the green and the silver small floral. We've got a lovely piece of Dashwood Twist here. Dashwood's Twist is a beautiful blender fabric.
Now, I think we might have loaded the rest of this cut to order because
Yes.
it does go so beautifully. That teal in there works beautifully with all the Lisa Chandler fabrics. Do you want to just closely uppity on that so that
you can see how that blends just really nicely.
And it's just got that little bit of detail in there with that twist.
Yeah.
That means that it just works. So we've popped that in. The rest will be up cut to order for you.
And then we've got a little bit of, I think it's called Linen Effect. It's one of our blenders. And it's just, again, it's got just a texture to it. So it's not a solid. And again, that works beautifully with the pinks. Catching the shades of the pink in there. So we've used that in place of the pink that Lisa had used in her original one. So that's the silver and grey kit. Silver and grey, is that the right one? Pink and grey, I don't know how it's been listed.
It'll be grey, whatever, yeah. That's that one.
That's that one. That one there.
That one.
And then we've got some of the black and orange, and we were like, that would make a nice variation for people that aren't into pink and silver. And this has got the beautiful gold. It's oranges. And the green and gold.
Can we just spin it around so the water is the right way up,
yes.
please? Thank you. Look at that.
That's just so pretty.
So these fabrics, the border stripe from the Melba range, was Lisa's idea of what would happen if Dame Nellie Melba, the opera singer, and William Morris had a night together. What would the love child fabric be? Because Lisa grew up around Nellie's home.
Yeah.
So she knew the colours, she knew the style, she knew the design. And I just think it's such a lovely story, and I love it. And there it is.
And then we've got the black and orange tail print, which will go for your main point. You've got a little bit more than you actually need. So if you decided you wanted to have the Waratahs as your central point, Lisa's used that part in her square with the flannel flower as the centre point, but you could change it round. You could have that part because it basically encompasses that much of the pattern. And you're going to fussy cut some squares for the corners as well from this. So you've got more than you need, plenty to play with.
Beautiful.
So that's the tile print. And then I just went with the small floral in gold for the sashing borders because it's the same as the ivory, but the small flowers are in the gold metallic, which of course coordinates beautifully with the gold in the Melba. And then for the sashing and binding and within the patchwork pieces, I've gone for the orange multi gumflower because it's got the green and the orange in there. And I thought that's going to look lovely as binding as well as the sashing part, and it's in the patchwork pieces. We've got wild sage in bumbleberries that just picks up the greens beautifully, and that's for the patchwork piecing.
Do you know Sylve will be happy? She loves it with bumbleberries.
Yeah, and the bumbleberries work really well with
it really
Lisa's
does.
fabrics.
Yeah.
And then we've got small floral in cream and orange, and small floral in black and orange.
It's a bit gorgeous. We are quite limited on some of these.
Yes, we haven't got as much of these because it takes quite a big piece of this. So I think there's 5 of these kits, possibly. And then we've got some of the cream and orange. So a lighter variation, same fabrics, but in a cream and orange colourway. And these give you, again, you've got the cream background with the Waratahs and the beautiful flowers.
Aww. Gorgeous,
one.
gorgeous. Oh, Lisa's saying, gorgeous choices, Jane.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we went with the flowering gum for the sashing, just because it's a little bit deeper, closer knit pattern, not so open, and will give it a distinction because it's cream and cream, but you'll get a better distinction. It's a bit of a heavier print because I looked at the floral, the small floral, and I thought if you put that next to that, it
You're gonna
sort of
lose it.
disappears a little bit. So I went, it's dark. I said darker, it's not darker, but it's a denser pattern, so it gives a better definition.
It's all a bit gorgeous, and there is a little discount on them in order of our very own Lady Jane's birthday.
Wonderful. And there's your
Gemma
tile
says that
print.
you're 21 with a few years' experience.
Yeah, lots of experience. 24 years experience. More than 24, 34 years experience.
Geraldine says that she can't cut Lisa's fabric. It's beautiful.
It is very difficult to cut.
She's got fabric
Only
and
because
patterns.
it's so beautiful. It's not difficult to physically cut it. It's lovely
Yeah.
fabric to cut.
She says she's got it all ready to go, but she just can't hurt her fabric. Geraldine, you have all the creative grids to help you cut as well.
Yes,
Like if
you
there's
have.
anybody here that should be cutting everything, it's you, my love.
Yes, absolutely. So for the patchwork fabrics, I've gone with the bumbleberries in I can't remember the name of this now. I wrote it down. It's amber, that's it. Because you can see that picks up the beautiful oranges in there. We've gone for the Flowering Gum Classic
Nice.
because it's got the gold and the green in there. And the small floral in orange and cream. And then I thought the sashing and the binding in the green flowering gum.
Yes, I love that green flowering gum. I
It's
don't like green,
beautiful.
but I really love that.
So
That's a bit of a sweeping. I don't like green, but I love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it just all marries together beautifully,
Doesn't
I
it?
think.
Doesn't
My
it?
personal opinion.
We had lots of fun. We loaded these up on Mrs. Doyle's trolley last night and wheeled them round, picking out which ones we thought went with what.
Yeah. Brilliant
So
idea.
that's how we roll.
Right, so I'm going to just take you through the basics. I've cut some pieces from the pattern, from doing the silver grey one, silver pink version. Just put that up under there because I've got mine under here. Now I've got a great big pile of all sorts going on under here.
Have you?
You'll have to bear with me because
right.
it's been a bit manic this morning.
I don't know,
Can't know
why it was, but
really.
it just
Somebody's
was.
birthday and she wasn't concentrating on what she was doing. She was too busy saying, "Oh, thank you for my card, thank you for my presents, thank you for my cake." So all sorts of things going on here. Okay. I think those are my cut pieces. So the first thing you're going to do is cut your piece of Melba tile and you border it with your sashing. Let me just unpin that and then it won't tangle it up. So it's quite a big piece to start with. So as I say, if you've got a focal fabric that you really can't bear to cut into because you just love the pattern, this quilt is ideal because you can really have fun playing with that. Right. So that's your starting point. You cut your centrepiece. As I say, Lisa's really good in here. She's done it step by step in borders. So she gives you a note here, the Melba note, so that on each one where you use the Melba, she's put the Melba note and she just gives you a few hints and tips about where to cut it and how to cut it. It's really clear, it's lovely. Then your next sashing, which is this one, and that's straightforward, top and bottom, side and side, easy. Your next border is taken from the Melba stripe and you cut your Melba stripe, and again Lisa's given you really clear instructions about which bit to use where. You've got your there's the small print on there, it's repeated in the middle, then your medium-sized print and then the larger scale one, and those all work. So the first border is the small print at the top and the medium and then the large, and she gives the instructions, and basically you just lose that part of the print. And as I was cutting it, I was thinking, oh, you could just over sew that and add that onto an edge of something. You know, don't throw it away.
Yeah.
you've got a massive piece. So when you come to cut it, you're going to need plenty of space to cut it, because it's just because there's so much of it. It's not the easiest thing to cut, but you know, take your time, and you'll be all right. So you'll get your small print, and you cut it into the width, and I think it's 5 inches. So it just cuts nicely. And again, Lisa's given you all the hints for how to attach this. Now this is going to be sewn together with a mitered corner, so I'm just going to show you how you would do that. On your corners of your border that you've put on, you will need to mark 1/4 inch from the edge on each side. So you'll have 1/4 inch here and 1/4 inch on that side there.
Perfect.
If I just do that way, and then you'll see. So basically, if you do that on all 4 corners with a pen that's it doesn't matter if it doesn't iron away, but you're not going to see it. Just make a little mark, so there, on there, and you sew your border on up to that mark. You don't sew right off to the edge, you just stop that 1/4 inch away. Now you take what you'll do is you'll take your square and you'll fold it in half, or you can measure it and just mark where the centre is of there. Just give it a crease, and you'll see that falls into the centre of your square there. And you take your border, and you're going to need a good overhang, at least the width of the fabric. So I'd found the middle part, it's this one I think, if I look at it, yes, there's my crease. And I've decided, and Lisa uses it in the pattern, the darker print as the middle part, but I didn't line it up like that because you need the overhang, so I went the next one down to line up there. Now just think about how you want your flowers to fall. Lisa's done hers so that the flowers face inwards on this border, but the other borders they face outwards, so I decided I would want all of mine facing outwards, so I've placed mine that way.
Okay.
So I've got my half, folded the strip, and I've put a crease in it there. I've just checked the orientation of my border, and then I'm going to put that right sides together, and I'm going to pin those 2 creases there together.
Hey Jane,
Yeah.
you know yesterday we had the beautiful butterfly needle cases.
Yes.
We've actually got, Sharon's just messaged and she said she went to the soiree
Ooh.
that Lisa ran. And she said it was
Oh,
wonderful, and at
lovely.
the moment she's making that very same butterfly needle case.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, because of course we can't get down to Australia, we can't go to
No.
Lisa's soirees, but lovely that we've got viewers in Australia who have and can. All we can do, the best that we can do, is to bring you those butterfly needle case kits, which were on yesterday's show, and I'm sure at some point Gemma will tag to today's show if she has not already done so, and they were rather lovely.
So I'm just going to pin that down now, and because you've got all this excess, and don't forget that you're going to stop when you get 1/4 inch away. So I'm placing a pin on that 1/4 inch mark there so that I know. Now I sewed, because I've pinned it, I sewed from the middle to that edge, and then I went back and sewed from that edge to there. You can, if you want to, start from that end and sew all the way down. But it just helped me to remember to only do half, you know, not to go all the way down to the bottom. So we'll just do that, make sure I've got, that's it.
Oh yeah, I might have left the bright pink in there.
Yeah,
Is that all right?
it'll be okay. It'll show up for once when we're doing the
Yeah.
sewing. Oops.
Now, lovely Vicky, she's about to start a big Lisa quilt for her son. He actually came into the warehouse and picked the fabric.
I
didn't
know,
he?
I thought it was lovely.
Really love it, and I love the fact that we have an 11-year-old boy picking his fabrics that he wants in here. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and
It's
you've
just
got
brilliant.
a fabulous eye for colour as well.
Really, really has, yeah. So don't be scared, just cut into it. We can always play more if it goes wrong, don't worry. Cass says that this is her favourite Melba print.
Yes, yeah, it's all right. I've just got, that's it. Foot was in the wrong place. My pedal rather than my foot. Not my foot, the pedal.
your foot in the wrong place at the end of your leg.
Yes.
It's very tricky, very tricky. You know when you get pins and needles and then it doesn't feel like the foot's at the end of your leg?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah. Oh, Ali F. She's just sorry I'm late. Had a work meeting about hybrid working. She just looks like my days of watching you live are numbered. No.
So I just went from that side, I flipped it over, and I went from the middle. Let's take that pin out. I went from the middle back down to the other side. You don't have to do it this way. I just found it easier, just so that I was sure that I was working in the same direction, and it's for some reason it just helped me to remember not to go all the way to the end.
Yeah.
You know, and it's whatever works for you, isn't it, really?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You'll take your time and pin it all really carefully before you start sewing so it doesn't move around. But I just want to get and show you all the basic parts so that we've got some sort of idea how it goes together. So you will have in your corners, you'll have all this looseness here where you've sewn one going up and one going across. So when you get to this point here,
yeah,
you're now going to fold this along that diagonal so that you've got the 45 degree.
I like this. This isn't a technique that you see that often. I'm really glad it's in there.
Yeah, it's just another way of now you might find it easier to press your seams towards the sashing strip rather than, because it will lie flatter then. And once you've got it all lined up and you're happy that it's a 45 degree line, and you could always use your ruler to check the 45 degree line, line it up with your seam line there, and there's your 45 degree line on your ruler. So you can just make sure that you're in the right place. And then you're just going to mark that line. And again, you can see here, I've got the 45 degree line on that seam line, so that I've got that going across there. Just put my pen down somewhere, I'll use your pencil.
Elizabeth says that she's seldom jealous of people, but right now she's watching you and she's green at the gills. She's in a wonderful way, though.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just getting to work with these. Oh, and Jess and also says happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, Jess.
So once you've marked the line, you can sew on that line then. So just sew along that line.
On the line, not
Yeah.
a quarter of an inch, just on that line.
On that line.
Okay.
And then that should bring your seam.
I'm really sorry about the coughing. Lisa messaged me, she said, have you got a fur ball, Tash? No, I have small children that are like living with a petri dish. That's what I have.
I think, you know, there's the pollen count's quite high as well, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah.
And I think everybody, even people that don't usually suffer with hay fever, are suffering.
It's been ever since I cut the grass.
So you can
after
see,
no mow May.
Yeah. There's a lot of grass then, isn't there?
There was
Lots
a lot of
seed
grass.
heads and pollen.
Yeah.
So you can see how that now
Nice.
mitre sits nicely and runs across there. So once you're happy with it and you feel it's lying nice and flat, then you can trim it off.
Beautiful.
Because you may find, you know, the first time you do it, it doesn't quite come together the way you want it to. So don't cut it until you're happy with it.
Good tip. Top tip. Tippy top tip. Margaret says that she loves a mitered corner. They always remind her of her dad's woodwork projects and she misses him.
Oh. Yeah, I miss my daddy too. There we go. And so you would press, I would recommend that you press that open.
Nice.
Because it will lie flatter that way. Mitre corners seem to lie flatter that way. So I'm just going to finger press that for now. And you get this lovely effect with the flowers in the corner there, and it sort of makes almost a heart shape there, look. It's beautiful. So that's that border. So that's a corner there, a mitered corner. So the next border that goes on is, again, it's just a sashing strip, same as this one along there. And then we get to the pieced border here, and that's interesting. And I haven't done any practice pieces with this, so we're going live.
Oh, no pressure.
Practice, no
we
pressure.
all know what happened when I did that, don't
Yeah,
we? We all know what happened.
so.
John Carl Morgan says, happy birthday. Not you, Jane.
I'm going to get t-shirts made. I said to Gemma yesterday, I'm going to get t-shirts made with that. Gemma, bless her, when she gets cross with her laptop, swears at it, and I'm usually sitting next to her. Honestly, it isn't anything to do with me that her laptop doesn't work the way it should. But she'll swear at it, and then she says, not you, Jane.
So it's just a thing around the office, isn't it?
Yeah.
If anyone swears, they go, not you, Jane.
So I said, I'm going to get t-shirts made for us all that say, not you, Jane. So you're going to have background print, and what you're going to need to do, you'll have, let me just read this properly. Piece border print, cut the pieces. Take your print pieces and with the right sides facing up, cut in half diagonally. Cut 2 to the left and 2 to the right as shown.
Margaret says, this is exciting. Jane has torn down the safety net on her birthday too.
On my birthday. So you will have, let's do it this way so you can see it overhead. You're going to have 4 pieces, and you're going to take your ruler and you're going to cut 45 degrees, but because it's a rectangle you just have to be careful, and you're going to cut 2.
Not to cut all to the way to the edge.
Yeah, all of them the same way. You have to cut 2 along from bottom right to top left. And 2 the other way, so from bottom left to top right. Okay. So you'll have those, and you'll do the same with your prints. Now I'm just going to do it with one of each colour because I'm just going to make one border just to show you how it works. But I just want to be sure that I've got all. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be a bit roguish there, and I'm going to layer these up.
Rogue? Jane? What are you doing? What are you doing, rogue, on your birthday?
Just layer those up just so that they're...
You don't care, do you, today?
No,
Look at this.
This is going to be... It's either going to go okay or it's going to be a complete disaster.
Said very quietly into your
Yes.
microphone. I know how this feels, having done it, and, you know.
So I'm going to cut those 2 that way. Oops.
Lisa says, hey Cass, even we wouldn't make that cut without a fresh cup of coffee. And we did the quilt on the pattern.
Yeah.
I mean, that I like to think of that as loving support.
Yes, thanks, Lisa.
That's all right. And it's on her birthday and we haven't given her cake yet, Lisa, so, you know. She's put like lots of laughy smiley faces.
Yeah, she's a star. I've got the most gorgeous chocolate cake waiting for me when we come off
It's
air.
a proper Bruce Bog Trotter.
It's like death by chocolate.
We did ask what your favourite was.
Yeah, I do love a chocolate fudgy cake.
Yeah.
And it'll go that way.
I was going to say we'll put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds so it
so
just melts a little bit. But I think it's so hot today we're not even going to need to do that.
We don't need to do that, no.
We're just going to pour it onto our plates.
There we go. Right, so I think I've got enough. We may have to cut more. So you're going to take now, repeat with your sashing pieces, but you'll have 8 on the left and 8 on the right for that. So each print piece right sides together on a diagonal cut edge, matching up the correct piece to create a rectangle. Half will have the print piece to the left and half will have it on the right. So basically you're going to put them together. You'll have one going like that and one like that. Now I think I'm just looking on the back here. Yeah, you need 2 of each colour for the border. So we'll do those 2, and just make sure. Just put it back into the rectangle. There we go. That one with that one, and that one with that one. I'm just going to talk about in a moment. I'm going to talk about how you're going to sew these together so they do form the rectangle. No, that's not that one, it's that one. I'll get there in a minute.
I want that one.
Have I done this? I've done this wrong, have I?
No.
Let's just think about this. Yeah, it's that way. No, it's not. I have cut that one wrong. Let's look at this one. That one there.
There's lots of support for you here, Jane.
Yeah, we'll
just
get there,
just
we'll
so that
get
you know. And John would like to know if we're taking you to Bongo Bingo for your birthday today. It's not on a Wednesday night. It's not the sort of thing you do on a Wednesday night, John.
No.
But we will find something equally fun. Don't you worry.
That's an evil laugh there. So,
yeah, be more worried about that laugh than this piecing. It's all good.
To make these line up, when you actually sew them, if you lined them up edge to edge and sewed them, you'll be okay. I was thinking we'd have to offset the seams, but we don't.
Oh, hang on.
So that's really handy. So I was thinking I would have to offset the seams, but if I do that, I will end up with a different shape. So you do literally put them edge to edge, thank you, Lisa, and sew them.
Yay! Well done,
Lisa. It will make your rectangle.
Sylv, that's not very supportive. She says, be afraid, Jane. You lot, honestly. Poor Jane, it's her birthday.
It's all good, it's all good. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Yeah, Cass said she'd need more than 1 cup of coffee. And that actually living in the, and I'm going to get this right, she said the saddest thing about living in the Aussie boondocks is there is not a bulletproof coffee to be seen.
Oh.
She said she's working hard on the locals to add one to the menu. You've got to make your own. You've got to make your own. It's a big clump of coconut oil, butter.
I was
I
going
put
to
in
say,
maple syrup.
Natasha makes a really lovely bullet coffee. I remember the first time she gave it me, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I was like, wow. After I drunk it, I was like, woo.
Oh, I can make you one in the mornings if you want as well, Jane, when I'm busily mixing up my own.
It's just, I remember you giving me when we were at Sewing Quarter, and I was just like, this is amazing.
Oh, well, we can do that. That's no problem. And the other thing to add in that I've started adding in is this magic mushroom mix that tastes like chocolate.
Oh, yes, you made me a hot chocolate with that the one day, and again I was like, this is mushrooms? What?
Yeah, I know. It's quite incredible. Jojo just likes the sound of the chocolate cake. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I had a bullet coffee and the chocolate cake, I'd just be in a sugar coma in the corner by the end of the afternoon. It was
You'd
like,
get stuff done.
woo.
You'd get stuff done.
I'd be like Sammy in Over the Hedge.
Yeah. Which is a look.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's it. It is because good fats for your brain. They feed your brain. Your brain is made up primarily of fat.
Yes.
So you want medium chain triglycerides in there. So that's what your coconut oil is giving you, and then a bit of butter so that you've got that fat in your stomach, so that it gives you the energy and makes you feel full. The caffeine from the coffee keeps you going.
Yeah.
So not only are you full, but you are properly fueled. And that's my breakfast. That keeps me going to a lunchtime,
keeps you going,
isn't it?
yeah.
And the only reason that I put maple syrup in is because I hate coffee. So yeah. Sonia says, good morning, Natasha, and happy birthday, Jane.
Thank you.
And she says, thank you, Jane, for bringing and demonstrating such beautiful quilts. I made sure I bought my kit. Jane, have a great day with your colleagues and family, and welcome to the new member of the Makes team. That'll be Izzy.
Oh, Izzy, yeah, she's going to be good. You just know when you've got someone that's on your, that gets you when she's like, oh, well, this green really brings out the...
Yeah, we're like,
yes.
yep. Oh, Cass is she's a butter only gal. She's oh, hang on, she's having a dirty chai. What's a dirty chai? That sounds interesting.
Well, chai is tea, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I
is it
need
like
to
your
know.
bullet coffee but with tea?
Well, you see, that's just it. If you don't like coffee, you can do it with hot chocolates. You could do it with teas. You could do it with anything.
Yeah.
It's just making sure you've got that
Don't
mix
put
of
the iron on.
caffeine with fat, basically.
No, I don't think the iron's plugged in.
Oh, that's going to help, isn't it?
Let's put that in. Oh,
Sorry,
excuse me.
Jane.
Bobbing
I did
down.
turn it on and then
turned
not
it on, but
plug
we
it in, yeah.
plug it in. There we go. Right, so I'll move this out of the way. This is going to get like huge, isn't it?
Yes.
So we'll do these. I've sewn them together with the 1/4 inch. I'm just going to press them now. Lisa suggests that you press them to the pattern fabric, which is, you know, theoretically is the dark side. So that's all good. And just give that a press. And just be careful because obviously you have got a biased edge there. So set the seam, carefully lift it, and just use the point of your iron.
Spray it with all of the flatter
best
spray
pressed
in
it.
best
Absolute
press flatter, all of that.
All of your favourite fabric stabilising spray. So you are basically making these back into rectangles, but some will go one way and some will go the other, which will all become clear when you make your border.
Hang on. Cass says that this dirty chai is the love child of tea and coffee. I'm not sure about that, Cass.
I can't.
I'm not sure how that sits for me.
No,
She
I'm
says
not
it's 2 shots of espresso in your traditional masala chai latte.
not a fan of tea. I like it. I like black tea, but I don't drink it much really. I like it on a hot day, and I like a fruit tea. But I am a coffee person. So you're going to now,
Yes.
using the photo as a pattern as a guide, arrange the pieces and piece the blocks together into 4
Sorry,
strips.
verbals.
So on Lisa's, she's put, she's got the patterns going along the bottom of the border, creating like a flying geese pattern.
Yes, which is beautiful.
So like that.
But also I love, can we just show how on the corners, because it does something really pretty at the corners. It looks
Yes.
like bunting at the corners.
It does, because where are we now? 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So if I put, let's just looking at the pattern here. Yeah, we'll do it that way. If I'd have done all of my prints, I would have got them in the same colourway. If I'd have done all of the triangles, I'd have got them in the same colourway.
But we can show them where they are on the
Yeah, you
on
can
the
see
quilt.
them going in the direction they're going.
It's beautiful.
So you're going to join those together, and I suggest that you join them together in pairs and then join the pairs together. And we'll quickly whiz these. We might not. You'll take your time. And what you can do, of course, is you could just turn one of the seams up, and then you'd get your seams locking there,
yes.
which would help your points. So, you know, once you've maybe make your rectangles into pairs and don't press them, lay them all out, and then once you've decided which ones are going against each other, then press them so that you've got one going up and one going down, rather than pressing them all and finding that you need to turn some the other way. That might save you some time.
Well, this is all very gorgeous.
It's all coming together beautifully. As I say, it's a lovely quilt, and I think a beginner would enjoy making this because it grows quickly. It's not complicated, and you know you can have some good fun with it. You'll enjoy the processes, and it's the sort of quilt that you can just do a bit and go back to it. Or you could just sit and you'd probably get it done in a weekend.
That's just it, isn't it? And look at the effect that it's going to have. I made my bedside, in fact I've got on the side there is my bedside lamp.
Yes.
Out of the Melba and one of the rounded lampshades. Guys, if you haven't started making your own lampshades yet and using your old gin bottles and stuff,
It's
why
just
not?
a game changer, isn't it?
Why not? I've got them all over the house and they're gorgeous, really gorgeous, and always a talking point. But to get, you know, one of these, if you just take a little step to the side, just so we can just see, because there's the lamp there, and it's just, oh, I love it.
And it's just a lovely way, isn't it, of using that border print?
Yeah,
Really is.
so to have that quilt on your bed, source Lisa, you want to go in the back, and and that bedside lamp,
Yeah,
always a winner.
you'd definitely be enjoying that. And then once we've got those into pairs, we can sew the pairs together and sew those into 4. And I'll just quickly do that. We'll get that done, and then you'll be able to see the border, and I will show you how we get that lovely corner effect. And that, again, it's not complicated, it's straightforward, and it's just a clever use of shapes, because it's a simple square in the corner. And again, as I say, you'll probably pin this and make sure it's more accurate when you're doing it.
Yeah, all I can say is, guys, don't hang around with these quilts. We are limited with the amount. Actually, it's the tile print, isn't it, on some of these at the moment?
The border print on the couple of them, because it takes so much of the border print, you know, and you can only get so many out of a bolt of fabric.
It's just so pretty. Which colourway would you have, Jane?
Oh, I think I'd have to have one of each because I love them. I must say that I do if a gun was held to my head, it would be the silver version, because I do love the silver metallic. I prefer silver. I like silver jewellery. I'm not really a big gold fan. If somebody asks me what sort of jewellery I like silver.
So the cooler shades.
Yeah. So
But
you're
the
going to
black-
make 4
I don't know,
borders
it's
this way
tricky.
with your 4 pairs, and you can once you've got all of your triangles made, you'll be able to mix and match your colours and do them more like the colourway Lisa's done on hers. And then you just simply, on 2 of the borders, you put squares in the corner. So you'll sew 2 like this onto the sides, and then your remaining 2 borders, you'll add a square onto each end, and then you'll sew those to the top and the bottom.
Amazing.
And that gives this lovely, it almost looks like a bit of a curve across there. It's just because it's rectangles with a square, so it creates that shape, which I think is rather lovely. So you've got your middle, your lovely medallion. You've added a border of your sashing. Let's do it at the top. I've added a border of your sashing. I'm going to bring this down like so. You won't have the selvage on yours because you'll have trimmed it off and it'll fit beautifully.
Yay!
And then you add your pieced border, and that will have the squares in the corner. Then you've got your medium-sized strip. And again, what you'll do is you'll find these are cut to the same size from corner to corner because you're putting a cornerstone in. So there's no mitering on this one.
Right, okay.
But again, you'll want to find your centre part, which flower you want to have in the centre. You know, this one with this. I think this is like a thistle. I'm sure that's probably not the name of the flower. But you'll find, again, you'll find the centre of your quilt and you'll line up one of those in the centre and work out your pattern. Lisa explains it all really well in the pattern, and she does it border by border, which really helps because you know exactly where you are.
Yeah,
as you're going.
She doesn't race ahead.
No. So once you've got that border on, so that will come to the edge there. Let's just put a, so you'll have that going that way. Just find a piece that works. It's the point, isn't it?
Sorry, everybody, coughing again.
I'll leave that. You're going to do a piece of your tile. You'll have leftover tile print, and you fussy cut the waratahs from it.
Oh, nice.
And again, we've got the quilted, the creative grids rulers, haven't we? That have got
the fussy cutting one.
Squares. They really work because you can mark the corners, and it lines up beautifully. You can do it with your straight ruler because you want a 4.5 inch square. So if you place your 4.5 mark on, you can see it goes from here. You can see through, and you'll be able to line it up because you've got a line here in the middle of these flowers that works beautifully, and you've got your 45-degree line there. So you can line that up. You can cut up the two sides there, turn your fabric round and place it underneath and line up the cut edges with your 4.5, and you'll know that you've got it. If you're unsure, mark it on with your fabric marker first just to make sure that you have got it centralised. But the fussy cut ruler with the holes in, I don't know if that's a hand. No, I can't see it obviously. That really would help because you mark your corner spots on it and you can really see, and it's got a cross in the middle to line everything up. So again, if you wanted to, if you didn't want to use the waratahs, you could use your flannel flower and you would get a different effect again for the centre of your square. And you've got the petals there in a cross shape that would line up with your ruler beautifully. So you can decide, because you're going to have, you know, I've cut my square and a few others out, so you've got plenty to play with to do your fussy cutting.
Beautiful.
And that corner that goes in there is a simple frame square, so it's a strip at the top and the bottom and then on either side, and that sits in against that medium border on the top there. And then the next round is simple sashing. It's 2 pieces. It's your accent colour and your sashing colour. You'll sew those together into a pair, and you'll cut those to the size that fits from the edge of this square here through to the other edge, and you simply add in a square of one of your patches there. So that adds in, and those go in the next round. So again, it's just all the measurements are in the pattern. It's a simple edge to edge border with a cornerstone. Not complicated, nice straightforward. 2 strips joined together to make a wider border, and then you'll do 2 of those to the sides, and then you'll add one of these squares on each end of your strip, and that'll make your top and bottom borders.
Yay!
And then the final border is your wider strip that will go round. That will go against this one here, and again just find the middle of your quilt and the middle of your border, pin that on, and then you can see how much you need. You're going to cut your strip longer.
Look at that.
And again, that's cut edge to edge because you've got a cornerstone in, and that cornerstone, she says, she's got one made somewhere,
Yeah.
is a simple 4 patch. I've got it made here. I did make one. It's probably left on the ironing board in the prep room.
Probably. And why not?
But I had cut another one. So you just decide how you want your colours to go. I've got a 3.5 inch square. This is the trouble, isn't it? When you pin everything. Oh, there it is. There it is.
There we go.
So decide how you want your colours to go. That's the square. Join them together into pairs, and then join your pairs together. I chose to have, because I've got 2 small florals, I chose to have those in opposite corners to the textured planes. So that gave me a nice, and again that then is bordered with strips, top and bottom, just move that out of the way. Top and bottom, and side. So that frames that, and that will then fit in the corners of your wider border.
Yay!
So it really is a straightforward construction. The hardest thing about this is there's a lot of fabric.
There is a lot of
and
fabric.
the cutting of it, you know, you're going to need a nice big space to cut on. But, you know, you'll work your way around that. But it is, and I think a beginner would have fun making this.
Oh, I think so. I think so. And I mean, it might be that you then save up and have it long armed if you are a beginner because of its size.
Because of the size of it.
Even as someone who I don't consider myself to be a beginner anymore, I wouldn't quilt.
I would struggle quilting this on my ordinary domestic machine because the sheer size of it, there's a lot of quilt to try and keep from pulling.
Oh no, completely. And that there, John Cole Morgan, he's got his long arm quilter.
Yeah.
You know,
and
he's
if you
got
felt that you didn't want to, or you weren't able to, simply quilting around the borders will add a lovely.
It's beautiful.
A lovely idea to
You know what we didn't do, Jane? We didn't show Karen's card.
Oh, Karen's card's beautiful. Thank you, Karen. It was such a lovely thing.
We should have put it up there. We should have put it up there. And
handmade. It's beautiful.
We might have a few little things for you for your birthday, Jane.
Oh, thank you.
And
I've
another
presents already this morning.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't have to open them now, but thank you for all that you do.
Oh, look
for
at
us.
those! Aren't they amazing? Oh, they're beautiful.
So
they smell delicious.
happy birthday!
Thank you so much.
Because there is a story.
Oh, there is. Oh! Then yes. Then we need to give the story then because it was quite funny.
You need to open it.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, if you open that one first, then we can give you the story. So Gemma and I went shopping yesterday.
Yes.
And Gemma said that she thought you would really like this, so that you can go to the cinema and go out for dinner and get discounts and all of that.
That's
so you can go and have nice times out.
Yes, yeah.
Now what I wanted to do, because they had similar vouchers, and Gemma wouldn't let me get both the vouchers because she said that just looks boring and vouchery. What I wanted to do was do a Segway experience, and I was vetoed by Gemma and SJ.
We presented it to SJ and she said, I think lots of trips to the cinema and lots of dinners out, it would be very lovely.
Yes.
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 She also said that she thought that you'd probably prefer to be sitting down. But I said that a Segway was exactly what you should be doing, and had I rung Inga to second me,
Which we couldn't because she was with you.
yes, she would have agreed with me.
She was Team Tash.
She was Team Tash all over the place. So Jane,
You might want to turn around.
Oh,
we're all going Segwaying!
I'm sorry.
amazing.
What was that? Oh no.
No, I said I will love it because I love that sort of thing. No, I was just like, oh my god, no.
So we're all going.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that would be such fun.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Because we've got lots of things to celebrate, because we also need to celebrate, come here,
Yes.
this one, who we do normally call the office child, come here,
Very
has
special holiday.
gone and got engaged. Congratulations.
Come on, close up. Because
No,
it's
wait, Gemma's going to have to press the button because I'm nowhere near the button. Gemma, can you go and press the button? Sorry, the close-up button. I had never heard of a salt and pepper diamond.
No, I was fascinated by
But check this out because
I don't know where I put it.
you put it there.
it. About there.
No, close up.
You might have to angle your hand
Oh,
down
will
slightly.
you switch?
I know it's done that
There
all
we
day.
go.
Look
Push
at
it
that.
closer. That's
Designed by the man himself.
Yes.
it. Look at that. Salt and pepper diamond. Which
Just
has got
stunning.
a beautiful, like, pewter colour to it.
I don't know what it is, but with
yes,
rose
it's
gold.
Stunning.
Yeah.
So we're all very much in love with that.
So am I.
And congratulations!
Oh.
It's almost like he knows you,
I
which is
know.
amazing.
I know.
Ah, so lots
Wonderful.
of good stuff happening.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
So
congratulations.
happy.
We don't think we can call you the office child anymore.
Throwed up.
I think everyone decided that it's still going to happen.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's all right then. That's absolutely fine.
Can we tell them the news?
Maybe soon.
Maybe soon.
Maybe soon.
Maybe
Too much
soon.
news for one day.
Oh,
Yeah,
All
yeah.
the news.
All the news happening. So happy birthday to you. Congratulations to you. We've got cake to go and eat.
Yes.
So we're going to say goodbye, but make sure you grab your kit because, like I say, we don't have lots and lots and lots of kits, do we?
No.
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 They don't,
Make the
'cause
most.
they've got
Make the
lots
most of your
fabric in.
backing fabric. Remember the half metre heavens go live tonight, and we will let you know as soon as we've loaded any more of the Tilda kits. We're just doing a final count up to make sure that we can fully do
Yes.
as many as we think we
And
can.
contacting the wait list.
Yeah, and that too.
We'll contact them.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
no, they're first, and then we might have a couple left over. So there we go. Because so many of you have been in touch about that. So thank you ever so much, and Jane, have a lovely,
Thank
lovely
you.
birthday.
Oh, that's lovely.
And thank you for all
Thank
you
you.
do for us.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. It's a charge. So hard working here.
Let's go eat some cake. Yay! See you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Oh, hang on. It's end of the week, end of the month, isn't it?
Yes.
Pay it forward on Friday, 10 o'clock here.
Me and thee.
Me and thee.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
Lovely.
See you then. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I can't press buttons. Gemma's got the buttons.